Good morning, good evening, and welcome to this week's Fibrific Live Craft and Chat, where we craft and chat live. So I've made some changes. I don't know if you'll notice them or not. I'm noticing them. I like them. They're good technology changes behind the scenes. But anyway, elephant in the room. We are getting back to the Math Rocks blanket. Now, I know some of you went ahead and finished yours because I looked back and realized I haven't touched mine in a live stream since January. And that was just rolling the dice. So I 100% totally understand. And I'll be shocked if you haven't gone ahead and finished your Math Rocks blanket, but I want to get mine done. I need to clear some mental space, and part of that is clearing out some projects that are nearly done but not quite done. So while I've got craft happening for presents, which I can't do on stream or even put in my Ravelry queue or anything like that, I thought I would go back and actually finish off this, maybe a couple of other little blankets and bits and bobs that I want to get finished as well. So let me know in the chat if you're happy that Math Rocks is back. Got the dice out. I've had to deal with the pink on the camera again. I forgot how much I don't like doing that. And I actually laid the blanket out on the floor and did some measure-do's. And so far we're at 133 centimeters wide, with 139 centimeters long. Now I want to put about a 5 centimeter border, like a 2-inch border around the edges. I'm tossing up on 2 inches or 3 inches, to be honest. But what it works out to be is like if I'm adding in like an extra, like 2 inches each side, so top and bottom, that's 4 inches in total. So being at 139 centimeters, adding in an additional 10 centimeters for the border, top and bottom, brings that to basically 160 centimeters ish. I still need about another 50 centimeters on the blanket to get it to where I want it to be. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have enough, because that will make it the same length as a single bed in Australia, like a single bed blanket in Australia, a little wider. So in Australia, a single bed blanket should be 140 centimeters wide with 210 centimeters long. You'll need to, if I'm just seeing here, John doesn't understand metric system. You'll need to do some quick Google foo on that one. I forgot to Google foo it back to American, but so I've got pretty much the rest of the world covered there. But 40 inches is 100 centimeters. So I want it to be 84 inches long. But I'm not quite there, and I need to do another, let me think, 50 centimeters is approximately 20-ish inches more work. I think that's right. That could be wrong. But anyway, so I've still got a bit to go. Don't have a ton of yarn left. I'll be really honest. I don't have a ton of yarn left. So we're going to go for a bit longer. And if we end up needing to do a rainbow border because we've run out of pink, now I do have a whole ball of pink left, as well as, well, whole things. What do you call this? See, look, the pink is still not being good on camera. It's so bright. But this is a hot flamingo pink. Which reminds me, I want to have dice game stream so I can have the colors. So the flamingo pink, did it come up? It didn't come up. Hang on a second. Math Rocks. Flamingo. Oh, there we go. So the flamingo pink is a bright hot pink. It doesn't show on camera very well. Now I have got my top down camera sorted to the best as I can. I've had to really decrease out the saturation. So I look ghostly. But, you know, this has always been a problem with this blanket. It's just how bright the pink is. But one thing I wanted to quickly do, which I forgot to do earlier, which was actually measure how many rows is in 10 centimeters. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 rows in 10 centimeters. So I've got a fair few more rows to go before we can go. Oh my gosh, John, it's nearly 3 years. That is crazy talk. Where are my comments? They're not showing on my screen here. Where are the comments? There we go. Alrighty. Add that to broadcast. John's 34 months of memberships. That is insane. Mel says, I was just wondering last week if we were going to get back to the blanket. Well, we are. You've got your sippy rock of tea working on my bag. Yay for math rocks. I thank you, Leanne. It's a smidge under 20 more inches of work to do. Thank you for checking that for me. My brain just froze. It totally froze. So good morning to everybody jumping in. In my cups, I have coffee, tea, and this is not a cup, it's a water bottle, but it's water. So I've got the triple Yeti going on. Now, one thing I just wanted to mention, I'm just going to throw it out there, okay? Is one of the things that I'm trying to do here is I need to replace this chair. Now, it is a lovely chair. It's just not suited for me. It's one of those chairs where I've had it for a while and I've realized it's actually the problem. And like I've been like, I'll sit in here and I'll work for a little while and then I will decide that my back hurts too much. I need to go. And I've worked it out. The lumbar support is pushing in the wrong spot and it's not adjustable. So I need to get rid of this chair and I need to replace it. Now, replacing chairs with good quality ergonomic chairs that you can sit in for hours on end, we all understand the importance of that. So what I wanted to do is I'm just going to throw this up here. I do have oops, I've just shut it. Good job, me. Oh, no, there we go. There it is. I was clicking the wrong thing. I'm going to drop a Buy Me a Coffee link up there. Now, I know that, you know, a lot of you are channel members, and I totally get that. Like, that's cool. But if you can toss in a coffee over on the Buy Me a Coffee, I've got a goal there. And that's a Buy Me a Coffee for Chantel Hills. That's for my actual name. So it's not listed as Fiberific. It's actually for my name. And so I've got a goal over there to try and help me get some money together for a decent chair. I know it's a big ask. I really do. And I'm totally cool if you don't. But I just thought I'd put it out there just in case because I could really use the help. It also gives me time to actually research chairs. There's a lot of bad chairs out there, people. There's a lot of bad chairs out there. And there's a lot of expensive bad chairs. So I want to get a good quality ergonomic chair that I can just live in for years. Now, I've got friends who are like, get the Herman Miller. That's a $2,200 chair. No. no. But I do want to make sure I get a good chair that is not, because I realized I've been having to go to the chiropractor a lot more. And I talked to her about my chair and she was just like, it sounds really bad. It sounds like it's all the wrong things. My feet don't touch the ground. The seat depth is too long, so it's actually touching the back of my knees, which is why I actually get a numb bottom and back of my legs, and it's part of, anyway, it's all to do with the chair, and it's one of those things. So I'm going to leave that up there for a little while. If you decide you want to hit it, that would be amazing. If you don't, I totally get it. But one very important thing I need to go back and do so I don't miss it is... Where is it? By hook or by needles, Sam has joined the ad skippers. So good to see you in here, Sam. Now, if you are a Discord person, we do have a members only section for over on our Discord and Fiberific. And every now and again, I don't want to specify a time or a month because I've realized I haven't done it for a couple of months, but I just, we do have like a Zoom-ish Discord call where we all jump in together and have a chat. And we've only done it once. We're going to do it again. I just had to get back up on top of things. In other news, the stitches are out of my back. I have the all clear from the doctor. The thing that they took was 100% clear. So everything is good. And my back is still a bit tender because the stitches only came out a couple of days ago, but is definitely on the mend. And I actually think this time it's healing better than last time. So that is also good. Just have a little wiggle in my uncomfy chair. Alrighty, should we get in and roll some dice? Like, yeah? Yeah, I'm going to drink some coffee while you decide. Louie's not here. I do have the Louie cam ready to go if he ever rocks up, but he's currently snooze-a-losing in bed with my daughter. He's like, why would I sleep on a floor when there's a perfectly good human? So, yay for clear margins. Thank you, Talia. Yeah, it was, I didn't realize, like, because I just assumed that I did have a little bit of a, you know, that I had to go back in because I didn't have enough clear margins, but there was clear bits. Like, it was like they had 2 mils clear and they wanted 5 is what it boils down to. So I wasn't, like, in my brain, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not expecting to, you know, hear anything about that. And I didn't realize how much I was actually worried about it, that it wasn't going to be clear. And it was just like, of course it's going to be clear. But anyway, so that's, it took a huge weight off that I didn't even know was there. And my brain cleared up a little bit. And it was just, yeah. All right. And Leanne is asking what everyone would like to see next. So I am going to drop down to our top-down view. I've got so many buttons to press today. Let me just 2 cams with a frame. There we go. I might have to move this. There we go. I'll just drop that down there. I know it's very washed out, and I'm trying to come up with like a, you know, like a middle point. Let me just, my Logitune closed, and I just need it back. Logitune, because that controls this camera. Because I feel very pale, and it is. It's just because the pink is just so terrible. Look, I'm going to show you exactly what goes on here. All right, so this, if Logitune ever wakes up, come on, Logitune. It's just never waking up. Everyone wants purple. Let me just look here. Purple. We only had purple there and there. Like we could have some other colors, right? We could have some other colors. Logitune's really just doesn't want to wake up. Let me just try again. It's just being naughty now. It's like, you will have to make me do other things, but I did all the picture settings in Logitune, so I can't even change them that much here, I don't think. Huh. Alrighty, I think we're just stuck here. We're just stuck. But basically, if I increase the saturation up to where everything that's about there, it's like, you know, like my skin's still not awesome, but it's definitely looks more like skin. But I had to drop the saturation right down to get it so that this was at least a bit visual, which is part of why I was tired of working on this project, is this shot. If somebody knows something about cameras, because it's not even just this webcam, it's also this camera here. It does not show, see, look at that. That shows that it's more pink, but it blows out. It doesn't like, it's so bright. It's so bright. Okay. Anyway, let me move some blanket out of the way. So we've got room to roll the dice for the first time. Alrighty, are we ready? Here it comes. It's dice roll time. Roll the dice. I really forgot the dice roll time. Alrighty. We have number 5, which is Parrot, which is the last color that we had. So number 5 is Parrot. Alrighty, we're going to have a second row of that. All right, I do have a question. We're going to have a quick fast poll. Should we have had that as the, because I'm not happy with the 2 parrots in a row. Was that a test run or do we run with it? Let me know in the chat. Test run or use it. So let's go. I'm just keeping an eye on the chat while I have a coffee here. Use it. A reroll, test run. Oh, use it. Oh, it's going to be like a half and half thing, isn't it? The dice picked it. Historically, no, Sam. It's we've always gone with just whatever the dice chose. Random means random. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. All right, look. We've had doubles before. We have. That is true. That is true. I was just like all out of whack because I haven't done any of this for a long time. You're all right. You're all right. We're gonna use it. We're gonna run with it. We're gonna run with it. Now, the other thing is, I got to remember how to do it. Alrighty, so let me just make myself comfy with this ginormous blanket. All right, everyone, let me know in the chat what you're working on while I get this started, while I find my groove. Now I just want to, that needs to stay over there. I think what it is I didn't do the chain first. Come on, little stitch. It's caught on some pink. Oh, these colors are so bright. I've been obviously working with some much more pastel-y colors than these. Okay. All right, let's have a look here. John is working on the border of his corner to corner join. As you go, what kind of border did you add to it, John? I don't normally add borders to my corner to corners. I'm very curious. Kerry's working on a lace weight silk shawl for the mystery knit clue one. That's a Boo Knits mystery, isn't it? Love Boo Knits so much. If you want to try out lace knitting and you've been nervous, grab a Boo Knits pattern. I'm not kidding. Grab a Boo Knits pattern because it gives you, like, everything is just so logical and well laid out and well tested, and you know, you've got options whether to do less lace and more plain knitting. You know, just it's just one of these things. Oh, John says it's just more corner to corner because he needed to widen it. Okay, I get that. Hook by Needles is trying to work out a knit corner to corner on Trelac in garter stitch. That's interesting. That's interesting. Oh my gosh, Knit Spin Girls is down to the last 2 pairs. So you've had to do 40 pairs of socks and you are down to the last 2. That is so good. I bet you you can smell the finish line. The finish line is so close. It's just so close. Bampi is working on scrap yarn thermal stitch bag for some of her bigger projects. That is a great idea. That is a really good idea. I wanted to just throw in that tonight is Caffeinated Crafters. If you are in the Brisbane region and you can get to IKEA at Logan, we meet up from around 6 till they boot us out at about 8:30. And then we just hang out and we craft and we have, we each pick up our dinner or snacks or whatever from the food court, and we sit up in the back of the food court like naughty kids and just chat about yarn. Knitspin Girl says, I am so looking forward to knitting something, anything else. Molly wants me to make her a scarf. She bought black merino, sock weight. Does Molly know what she's done? Does she understand what she has done? Like, we love Molly, but does she understand what she has asked? Because she has asked a lot. Look, at least she bought merino, right? Like, she's bought a really nice quality yarn for it. It's not like she's asking for black in the scratchiest, horrible acrylic in the world. Yeah, Tali says, John, what did you do to deserve that? Oh, dear. I mean, at least it's crochet, I suppose. And if you make a mistake, it's easy to pull out the knitting. So let me know if any of you have actually started your Christmas projects yet. Last week, some of you were like, no, not yet. But I'm just seeing if you've started yet. I've been thinking about, dressing our set here for Halloween and getting some stuff like that organized. I've just realized my little camera here is in the wrong spot. I'm just going to move me to the middle a bit. So yeah, just let me know if you're getting started. You don't have to say what you're doing, just in case somebody here in the chat or potentially who watches YouTube craft videos could. But just if you've started, yes or no is always a good thing. John says she likes my green and black Tunisian merino scarf, but that was in DK though. I mean, it's doable, right? It's just hard. It's just a lot. It's a lot. A girl of taste. You need an awesome light, like 1,000 suns. This is one of the things, right? Like having a great light to craft with and a comfortable chair, right? Like I've got the good light. I'm really happy with the light I have for my crafting out in the living room. And even, do you know what? I even sometimes put these lights on that I've got here to sit here and craft because this is really good light to craft to. So yeah, having those is super helpful, but I don't do much work in black or dark colors. In saying that, I do have some black lace weight put aside for a project. Talia says, not long left on our Secret Santa. That is awesome. So hopefully if you're in a Secret Santa that's got an early cutoff date, that you can get that sorted. Molly has started her Christmas stuff. That is great. Knitspin Girls has got it right. This is it. This is 100% it. If you make something for someone, it means you love them. If it's in black, you really love them. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Now, one thing I do plan on doing, because I do want to get this, I would like to ideally have this blanket finished by the end of October. So we've got 4 live streams. If I usually can get around 3 colors added, so that's 6 rows added per live stream, that means it would take a lot more than 4 live streams to get this done. So at the end of the live stream, I will do some additional dice rolls. Oops. My phone is not on silent. I shall endeavor to fix that. There we go. So I will be getting some catch-up rows done in between the lives. So at the end of the stream, I'll work out how many more rolls I need, which I haven't worked out the math on that yet. I now have worked out that I need 9 rows. So 3 colors is usually 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. colours is 6 rows. So probably an additional 3 that need to be done between streams. So at the end of this stream, I'll roll an additional 3 colours. So if you are looking for them and I haven't got them in the timestamps, or I haven't gotten them, added them into the comments, which I will hopefully try to do. So look in the comments first, and I'll try and pin a comment that's got all the dice rolls. But if I don't, look to the end, and I'll do a recap on the rolls that we had, plus the 3 additional rolls. Because this goal is for this blanket to be finished by October, and that includes the border. So I'll probably need, at least a live stream and a bit to work on the border. Oh no, phew, back to where I accidentally turned mid-row after picking up missed threads. John says, you guys have Christmas in summer though. We need snow for Christmas and I'm still in shorts. Look, today is a coolish day here for us. It doesn't feel, it doesn't feel late spring or mid-spring. It feels a bit chillier. At least for me anyway. I've got long sleeves and long pants on today and socks. There's a very cold breeze. Abby disagrees though, but she has just recently come home from the snow. So it's all about the perspective, right? One day, I would very much like to go somewhere and have a cold Christmas just to see what it's like. Where you don't melt just by sitting down to eat lunch, and you don't have to decide whether or not you're going to roast meat and kill the family, or just enjoy lovely, good roast meat. Yeah, Knitspin Girl says, poor Abby is going to melt this summer. Look, I can imagine she will be taking advantage of the air conditioner in her bedroom. Or she'll just reacclimatize. So, there's a possibility for either, really. Who knows what will happen? She's got a bit more time before we start getting to the really hot days. Leanne says, yes, it's a cool breeze here. Not much warmth on the sun, but I'm not in a hurry for summer. Me either, Leanne. Me either. I'm quite happy to have a nice cool day where I can sit back with a blanket on the couch and craft away to my heart's content without melting. So because I'm like, this blanket is heavy, and when I'm not working on it here, I'll be working on it in the living room. Talia says 23C, yes please. What's the feels like temperature right now? Let me just check, because I can imagine it'd be warmer, but with this breeze that's blowing around, it's a bit cray. Okay, so here where I am, it's 21.5, feels like 19.5. So I'll take that. Yep, kick off a couple of degrees because of the wind chill factor. Oh, that's the predicted high for today. Oh yeah, that I didn't check what the high was, but that's what I am. That's what I'm at right now. Benfi says, I'm happy with a warm Christmas. Just hope it's not too hot this year. Worst one was a few years ago with 40-degree days. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we're used to hot Christmases. It's just how we do it here. But there are times when it's worse than other times. And yeah, it's just going to be a bit different. John says that it's 14C where he is, and he's in shorts. And I am at 21 and in long pants. Mind you, they are long linen pants. They're not like trackies or anything like that, but they're keeping me warm enough. Kerry says it's 14C now. This time yesterday it was 7. Kerry, where are you again? I forget which state you're in. We are nearly at the end of this row. We're going to get down to 10 tonight. Yeah. Our temperature's drop quite a lot overnight, especially on the sunny days where there's not so much cloud to keep the warmth in. And I quite appreciate the temperature drops overnight. Kerry says that she's in Perth, but in a cold, wet spring. Okay. Yeah, for some reason I thought you were warmer, but also you're 3 hours behind or 2 hours behind. So it's still earlier in the morning for you. So that could be part of it as well. It was a bit cooler a couple of hours ago here. Alrighty, we are coming up to the end. Some feathers. I don't know if they're any good. Let's find out. I just found these when I was cleaning out my desk area. They're under the desk. They cut the yarn. That's the important thing, right? Okay, now we've got our pink, because we alternate between our Mathrox colour and our pink. Our eye melting Flamingo. Alrighty, now we are onto one of these ones. Just had to double check where I'm at. I think I've jumped back into this fairly well, considering how long it's been since I've worked on this project. If you want the pattern, I've got a link to it in the description for your own Mathrox adventures. Oh, John says the coffee link charged me in Aussie dollars, not real dollars. Ugh, I'm so sorry, John. I mean, the advantages that came out cheaper for you, right? Like, because that's the thing. Why else my buy me a coffee thing's not pinging here? It should have brought it up on screen. So hang on a second. I've missed people. People have been doing amazing things here. Let me just jump in. And I missed it. Thank you, John, for saying something. I would never have noticed it. So let's have some party time. We need our party lights. Party light time. All right. Go. We want to go here back to this main camera. Party on. No, come on. We're not going to do it. Why is it doing this? I've got party lights sorted out and everything. So my party lights aren't working and I don't know. Let me just open this up. Configure the stream deck. Oh, it's saying the accessory is not found. Anyway, let me just jump into the control center. Party lights. I have to do it manually. Oops, it's not going to where I want it. Stop that. Where's the party? Oh, this is frustrating. All right, that worked. There we go. So me using the phone and nearly giving myself some kind of crazy thing. Party lights. Party lights are on because, oh my goodness, Kelly has given me 5 coffees. Thank you, Kelly. That is so amazingly generous. And then John has jumped in and he gave me 10 coffees as well. Oh my God, you guys are freaking amazing. And I love you both. And everybody else, and like both of you, I know are channel members as well. So I am so, so shocked. Thank you all. And thank you both, particularly John and Kelly, for jumping in, using the Buy Me a Coffee link that's sitting here and helping me get towards a decent chair. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So let's go back. See, it's amazing when the stuff works, right? It's amazing. And John, I'm seeing your messages here, and I understand your frustration. I really do. But I am so blown away by the generosity. So thank you so much. Thank you. And I don't know why the little messages weren't popping up on screen. They must be in a layer below something. Let me just. Can I bring? That's correct. I don't, yeah, it must be in a layer below something, and it's, yeah, I'm sorry. I wish I could work out what I've done there, but I don't know why. But anyway, thank you both for amazing generosity. Oh, you want the coffee sound too? Do you want party lights and coffee sound, or just the coffee sound? I've got the coffee sound ready to hit if you want it, because on my Monday live streams, when I get sent a coffee, I can actually make have a coffee sound. So let me know in the chat. Do you want the party lights and the coffee sound together? So I can do this. I'll have a coffee. I'll have a sip of my coffee in celebration of the coffees. Leanne loves the coffee sound. Coffee sounds, party lights are the bonus. John says, well, we don't want you to have a number. I don't want a number either, and I very much appreciate that you guys don't want that either. So what I'm going to do is, ready? We're going to see if we can make it both work at the same time.
Yes, it's coffee time. Coffee, 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 coffee. Cappuccino. Java. Yes!
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was the coffee sound that we use on our Monday streams over on my other channel. So let's get back into the crafting. Let's get back to the crochet here with this crazy bright screen that I've had to like totally drop the saturation to crazy low levels just so it doesn't break anything. I'm like, what kind of camera do I need to get that can deal with this pink? Because my Sony a6400 can't deal with it. My 4K webcam can't deal with it. And so I'm just like, what do I need to do? But if I just get the project finished, then it's no longer an issue. And I just have to make sure that next time I'm planning a project for the live stream, I don't make it eye melting pink as the majority color. I mean, the original plan was to do it in white and all the crazy colors instead of the pink. And then I just love the pink so much. So, yeah. I very much appreciate you guys for dropping coffees. If somebody else drops a coffee, you please just say something in the chat so I can hunt it out. I know some people like it to be a fun surprise, but my coffee alert is not working, and I think it's because it's behind the camera layer, and I can't really change that easily. Like, it's not just to drag it up. Maybe it is just to drag it up. I don't know. We'll see if it works next time. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know why it's not doing it, but it's probably behind a layer. Leanne says, I've forgotten you are keeping this one, right? Abby didn't claim it. No, Abby hasn't claimed it, but my mum has been making like noises about how it's so pretty and it's got really nice weight to it, and you know, all this sort of stuff. So I don't know. I think I want to keep it, but also at the same time, do I? I don't know. I don't know what's happening with this one just yet. It doesn't have a particular home. John says, I'm no idea. I deal with cameras, not video. Yeah, look, the really weird thing is that that it works. Like I can take photos of it and the photos pick up the pink, no problems. It's actually the video that's the issue. There we go. So I don't know. I'm not that good with like this. Like yep, I love technology. Yes, I love live streaming. But when it comes to the finer points of like getting this color to work, I've been thwarted. Like I have legit been thwarted. I don't know how to fix it. Other than just to reduce down the saturation. I can't get you. And then it also, you know, it upsets the cameras and makes things blurry. It's just so bright. I've done one too many there. That all the technology is just like my eyes, they're melting. So they're just not coping with how bright and vivid all these colors are. So, yeah. What I should do is I've got friends who are like right into this. So I should actually take the blanket to them and go, hey, what settings are you using to make this not look terrible? And see if their cameras melt and die. Or if it's just a my camera problem. Because, you know, I mean, that's a legit thing. It could legit just be that I just don't know what I'm doing. Could 100% be that. So, yeah, it could 100% be that. Or it could be just that the colors are so saturated. It's just really hard to get the bright colors plus my pale hands in at the same shot. So yeah, it's definitely a thing. I'm trying to like rush through this as fast as I can because I know we need so many more colors added. And I really want something other than Parrot. But in true randomness, there is duplicates, which is the whole point of why we were doing the dice rolling. We were using multiple dice so that even if there's a fault in a dice, it's not constantly rolling the same numbers. You know, we tried to account for all the humanity in the randomality, which is why we have multiple dice and not just one dice. So yeah. Kerry says, got to go to work. Posted a pic of my baby shawl in the fun zone. Awesome, Kerry. Can't wait to go and check that out. Have a great day at work too, by the way. And this pattern is from Crochet with Claire. I do have a link in the description. I know she's got a step-by-step tutorial. I did make a few little changes just to how I did, like how I set mine up. I wanted there to be space so that I wasn't, like when I do the borders, I don't have to eat into any of the squares. So I've got, this is really loose here. I don't know why that's so loose. I'll have to tie, I mean, I've got to tie them in knots anyway, but those ones in particular are particularly loose. Anyway, so I added in an extra single crochet on each end just to make sure that when I'm doing the border, it eats that stitch, not one of these stitches. So, because it would do my head in if the first one's only had 3 and the last only had 3. So I did add those in. But other than that, I think it's pretty similar. Like all the rest of the block work and everything is all Claire's pattern. I just really was funny about how it started and finished. I've got to double check my Ravelry just to make sure I added those notes in. So of exactly sizing and things like that. I haven't double checked it recently. And as I said at the start of the stream, just in case you weren't here, I haven't touched this project at all since January. And so I'm a little out of practice with it. And I didn't check, I should have checked the Ravelry notes. I did lay it down. I did measure it, work out where I was up to and how much more I wanted to add to it. But I forgot to actually check the Ravelry project to see if I added in the adjustments that I made. So I'll need to check that. Leanne's asking for everyone to double check if they've hit that thumbs up. Thank you, Leanne, for that reminder. I very much appreciate that. And even just like chatting here in the chat, you know, like asking each other questions, talking to each other. All that shows YouTube that you actually enjoy your time here. Whereas, like, I know that some of us are just working on our projects and just listening. I get that. I totally get it. One thing I'm actually super curious about, and this is like for my whole YouTube thing, not just for this channel, but I'm very curious. Are you watching this? Like, where are you watching this stream? Are you watching it on your television, on your iPad, on your computer? Just really curious to know how you're watching this stream right now. There's a huge push at YouTube at the moment because the sheer number of people who have started watching content on their televisions has just been crazy. Like, I know I watch a lot of YouTube on television, but you know, it's turning out that it's not just me. Let's have a look here. Mel is on her laptop. Talia's on her computer. John's watching on the TV and chatting in the laptop. Bianca's watching on her computer. By hook or by needles. Sam is watching on her TV with the chat open on the desktop. Molly's watching it on her iPad at work quietly. Holly's watching on her phone. Phone today, but sometimes on the TV from Gabby. Leanne says that she's got both the laptop and the phone open. It's really interesting, isn't it? Watching on TV, but the chat open on tablet. There's Steph's on her tablet. Melissa Coles is jumping in. Great to see you, Melissa. Chintamani has made it. So good to see you, Chintamani. And Chintamani is watching on her laptop. Hey, just a reminder that I'll just, sorry, seeing Chintamani's name did remind me. Tonight is Caffeinated Crafters. If you are in the Logan-ish area, or sorry, Greater Brisbane area, and you can make it to Logan, we're meeting up at IKEA Logan tonight for chattings and crafting times. Let's have a look here. Christina is watching on the TV and chatting on her phone. Black Cat NZ is on her laptop. Knitspin Girls is watching on her phone, but I'll watch it on the TV. If I watch it on my TV, I can't see the chat. I use a Google Chromecast for the TV. There is a way to watch the live chat, because I know I watch live streams on my TV. I think I've got an Android TV though. So I don't have the Chromecast, but I don't know. I don't know if it makes a difference. Vampire says my PC, but sometimes Artalk watches it on the telly. Pat says watching on the TV with the chat open on a phone. Melissa says, wow, look at that blanket. I know, Melissa, it's such a terrible shot, but the blanket is coming along so beautiful. John says NZ. Yes, NZ. That's correct. But yeah, so that's the thing, isn't it? Like, being able to watch YouTube on our TVs, like, how many of you have recently started watching YouTube on your television more than you used to? Like, I mean, for a while there, it was near impossible unless you had like a HDMI cable, but now you can cast to your television if your TV doesn't have an Android app. That's actually a great question. How many of you are casting to your TV versus watching it natively? I mean, that's probably a bit of a over-the-top question. Steph says, glad to be able to join in tonight. It's so good to see you, Steph. I'm glad you could join in as well. John says he has a Roku TV. There you go. So you can watch YouTube on there. So casting to the TV. Let's have a look here. Chintama says the parents, especially mum, loves watching YouTube on their TV. Yep. Sam's casting to the TV. Holly says, I don't think I've ever watched on my TV. Oh, there you go. That's different. I watch all the time on my TV. Dolores has got instructions for how to bring up the live chat on her television. To bring up the live chat, there is a live chat button next to the thumbs up and the thumbs down button. So I think you have to, you've got to click the settings to get to the thumbs up or thumbs down. But yeah, I knew there was a way to do it and I sort of just do it, but I couldn't think of it not sitting there with my remote in my hand. My TV randomly one day decided that the internet doesn't exist anymore. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Susa has an Apple box on an older TV and watching YouTube that way. That's amazing. Gabby says, I've been watching on my TV for a couple of years now. Yeah, look, me too, Gabby, for a few years. I cast it to the, For a while, I did the HDMI cable connecting from my laptop to my TV. I did that for a while. Then I was able to start Chromecasting, so I did that. And now I've got an actual YouTube app on my television, so I tend to use that more than anything else. Every now and again, I'll be like on my phone watching something and then realize, hello, idiot, you're sitting on the couch, like, 2 meters away from a 60-inch television. You could so I actually just send it to, and it just adds it to my YouTube queue there. So yeah, that's always funny when you realize what you're doing. Bampier says we used to watch it through our Xbox, but my son got me a smart TV for Mother's Day, so Artok now uses that. Pat J says I just started watching on my TV a few months ago, and now I'm addicted. Look, one thing I'll say is it's actually a lot easier and a lot more comfortable, especially like, let me know in the chat, just with a yes or a no, do you predominantly craft in your living room? Like with a yes or no. Like, I don't know how many of us have dedicated craft rooms or even a television in our craft room, whatever. But if you predominantly craft in your living room. Let's have a look here. Yes, no, yes, yes, no, yes, no, no. Oh, there's lots of no's. There's more no's than I anticipated. Molly says yes, yes, no, no, yes. It's about a 50-50, I would say. Oh, we're getting some more yeses in now. Because even though I've got this workroom, right, it is what I consider a workroom. So it is my YouTube studio is here. But I have all my yarn storages over there, and I've got like a table here. It's currently covered in crap, but that's where I normally would use my cricket and things like that, which is currently under a pile of stuff. But I think part of it's to do with this chair, but I'll go and sit in the living room to do most of my craft. I'll actually bundle it up and take it out and do it out there. But it's all stored in here, except for one crate. I've got like one crate up on top of a coffee table that's now like bowing out. But it's like one of the square, it's not a crate even, it's a square fabric cube that goes in the calyx. So it's, it's at 30 centimeter by 30 centimeter square. So I've got that out there, but other than that, it's mostly just whatever I've grabbed, whichever project bag I've grabbed from in here and carried out there. But I do prefer to sit and craft in front of the telly and just watch my murder shows. I remember when my grandma used to talk about murder shows, and I used to be like, oh my God, Nanny, you're so macabre. And I've realized how many murder shows I watch. I watch a lot of murder shows. It's like, oh, look, there's a new murder show. I'll need to watch that. But yeah, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Nispin Girl says, I live by myself. My whole house is a craft room. John says 6 to 10 years. I think my computer chair is better for me than the lounge chair. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Leanne says, no, she prefers to craft in a dining room, which is part of the living space. She has to be at a table. Some projects definitely need a table. Oh, I will absolutely agree with that. There are some projects where you just need a table, but for the most part, most of my projects, I don't. Until I'm like blocking or, Molly, have an awesome day. Thanks for jumping in. Whether I'm blocking or whether it's like a project where I need to sort of piece things together and they need to be sitting just nicely. But for the most part, I'm this crochet who sits back and just crochets while watching telly, and I just sit like this a lot. So leaning forward for the camera is always that little bit more awkward, and this chair just hates me. It just really. And you know what? When I first got it, I didn't notice how bad it was because it was a massive step up from what I had. It was a huge step up. But over the last few months, I've just really started noticing it. Maybe it's dying, I don't know, but it still looks nice. Maybe it'll be fine for somebody else, I think I need one where I've got a few more controls where I can make the seat depth suit my little short legs better. Maybe reach the ground. reaching the ground would be nice. Although in saying that, I do have, because this chair and most others, I can't reach the ground with my little feet. I do have a footrest under my table. It's not fantastic, but it does the job. It's better than what I used to use, which was a pillow. So yeah, definitely more support than a pillow, let me tell you. So, you know, we make do for the most part, but sometimes you're just like, okay, this is ridiculous. It's actually stopping me from working at this desk, which just feels so stupid. It really does. So, let's have a look here. In my bedroom office is my craft room, so I often sit at my laptop and spin or knit. Yep. Oh, you should see my dining table, my poor hubby. Look, we don't eat at our dining table because it's covered in stuff. So, you know. Smaller projects, I sit at my desk. Bigger ones, I sit on the bed. Either way, I craft in the bedroom. Okay. My footrest is bricks. My book pedals for typing sit on them. Ah, gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm like, oh yeah, this is not that comfortable. It's definitely more comfortable than bricks. Sue Singleton said test. What am I testing, Sue? Or what are you testing, maybe? Just curious. We're nearly at the end of a row. Yay! We get to dice roll again. Oh, I think Sue might be a bit behind in the chat. I think that might be it. Unfortunately, we can't tell her to refresh or tap the little live button because she won't hear it until she catches up to us. Alrighty, we have done that pink. So now it is... It's dice roll time. Roll the dice to choose the next colour. It is dice roll time for the next one. Alrighty. Let's have a look here. Oh, don't lean on the desk. Alrighty. What colour do you want next? Not Parrot is basically what I'd like. Not Parrot. I'm thinking it might be time for a green. The last green is all the way back here. Number 6 for Vampire. Number 3. Oh, we still have... Oh, I didn't check the vote page. The vote... Hopefully we don't have to vote. Oh my gosh. It's number 5 again. Where is the end? Oh. Man, really? Okay. It's just testing my fortitude. Have we had a 3 in a row before? I think we have. Let me just join this on. I'll have a quick squeeze through the blanket. Joining the color on. All right, let me have a look. Yeah, I think we have had a 3 in a row. Let me just... Alrighty, we'll run back. I think it's been a while. Had 2 greens. Maybe we haven't had a 3. Oh, wait a second. 1, 2. I wasn't looking right. Let me try again. 2 purples. 2 purples. 2 yellows. 2 pinks. 2 roosters. 2 pinks, 2 purples. We've had 3 parrots. We've actually had 3 parrots in a row before. Then 2 blues, 2 purples, 2 blues. So we have had 3 in a row before, and it was parroting. So that's kind of funny, yeah. And you're right, it would have been quicker to look in the back. Thanks, Bianca. I should have looked up sooner. But yeah, we have had 3 in a row before, but just the once, I think. Now I have to check the back. Because you're right, the back would have been easier to do. So we've got, let's see, where's the bottom? 2 purples, 2 purples, 2 yellows, 2 pinks, 2 roosters, 2 pinks, 2 purples, 3 reds, 2 blues, 2 yellows, 2 purples, 2 blues, and now three reds. Yeah, it's nearly like it's like a point in time, isn't it? All right, let's not be twisted up and power forward. Get this row finished. But yeah, made total sense to look in the back. What a numpty. I'm a numpty. My craft table is in the living room. My dad doesn't like it, and I'm like, well, I can move it to my room, but that doesn't like that idea because then I wouldn't be out with the family. Yeah, it does make it tricky, right? Because it's like, what do they want? What's their answer to it? Like that, just that you craft less? Because I'm sorry, that's actually not an option. So do they want, like, what do they want? Because I have this discussion with my husband every now and again. He'll be like, your craft takes up too much space in the house. I'm like, well, I'm not going to throw it away. So what do you want me to do? I said, yeah, I've paid for all this. I'm not throwing it in the bin just to clear up some space. So I make a conscious effort to not leave too much in the living room. And yeah, not much more I can do, really. Coffee time. Now, for those of you jumping in, I know I've got like a little QR code on the screen. And I do want to just mention, and I'll probably mention again towards the end, just because it is unusual for me to have it. But basically what's going on is that is a QR code to a service called Buy Me a Coffee. And I have a goal over there to try and get a new chair. So because my chair is basically annoying me and it's very uncomfortable, and, you know, you can scrub back to hear me bitch about my chair earlier. But my chair is annoying. And so I'm going to leave the QR code up. So if anyone asks what the QR code's for and why it's got a coffee on it, it is to a service called Buy Me a Coffee. These guys are really great. They only take about a 5% cut. YouTube takes 30%. So if you do a super chat here on YouTube, YouTube will take 30% of that. But if you prefer to do that because you're comfortable with it, I get that as well. Just an alternative. Just an alternative. But yeah, so I'm working towards getting a new chair, and I have been watching so many chair videos, that it's just insane. Message didn't work. What message didn't work? Just out of curiosity. Talia. Oh, Leslie, I'm just double checking. What am I doing here? All I can see is that Leslie bought me 5 coffees. So I need to do the thing. We're going to have a party.
Yes, it's coffee time. Coffee, 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 coffee. Cappuccino. Java. Yes!
So thank you, Leslie, for buying 5 coffees to help me get closer to what feels like a ridiculous goal for a chair, but I actually realized it's like a really decent middle of the range chair. So yeah, it's just one of those things. But Talia's message didn't work. Make a choice: less free space and a happy wife, or more free space and a miserable wife. Oh, I wonder why that didn't work. I don't know. Gabby says, yeah, I have a crate in the living room so I can craft and hang out with the family. Leslie Grant, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate you dropping me some coffees and helping me towards this goal. I very much appreciate it. Chintamani is celebrating 34 months of membership. That is so cool. Thank you, Chintamani. I can't believe we've had channel members for 34 months. It's just crazy to me. And those of you that have stuck around as well, I'm just blown away and always like, it's just amazing. Thank you so much. We do need to organize a channel member call over on the Discord, don't we? Definitely. Let me look here. Let's keep. It feels weird that we're just doing more red. Like, I'm like, yeah, let's do math rocks and we'll have lots of colors and blah, 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 blah. And now it's just been like, here's some more red. Here's more. I mean, admittedly, we haven't used a lot of the red, so it's good to use some colors where there's heaps more of the color available, because I know there isn't. I was about to say, because we've only got this much purple left, but we do have a whole other roll of purple. Like there's a brand new roll of purple sitting over there. What's that sitting on? I think that's sitting on a green. So, you know, I think it's the pink that I'm running out of. Leanne says, yes, please, when you can. So yes, I will sit down and work out some dates and I will get that sorted, because that is a promise that I've made to channel members. So I would love to be able to keep that promise. We've had a crazy, just an insane few months. I've just, you know, just an insane few months. Chintamani says, how much longer till this blanket is done? Look, I want it done by the end of October. So, and that includes the border. So what I'll be doing is I'll be giving myself an extra few dice rolls, so that, like, which I'll roll at the end of the stream. Size wise, not time wise. Sorry. Yes, I want it to be single bed size. So 140 centimeters wide. It'll be slightly over, by 210 centimeters long. So so that's a single bed size. What is that? Twin bed in the US? But yeah, so single bed size in Australia. But it will be slightly wider than the recommended amount, just because it's already sitting at 133, and I'm planning on a border that will add approximately 10 to 15 centimeters wide in total, like split across both sides. I'm thinking 3 or 4 rounds just to balance it. So we'll see. We'll see what we've got left over at the end. And just like the Queen, how I did a bit of a couple of rounds of like some of the middle colors on the back of the border, I'll probably do that. How long is it currently? So before the stream, I measured it and it's currently at 139 centimeters long. And so I need a little ecosystem of Yetis in height order. Abby's I don't know if you guys could hear Abby just then. She's just come to the door and she's just like, look at your little ecosystem of Yetis. And from her angle, they're in height order. So, but yeah, so currently I'm at about 140 centimeters. that 210 includes the border. So, you know, depending, I'd like to get this to 2 meters long and then have whatever the border is. So I need another 60 centimeters, and I worked out that 9 rows gives me 10 centimeters. So I need a few more rows. Let me just double check. 9, so 9. I should have done that measuring from the back as well to get the good row counts. Like that would make smarts. I'll do the measurings from the back. What did I do with that ruler? There it is. Let me just quickly double check. Where is the 10 centimeter mark? 10 centimeters is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I think my row count was off by a lot. And I don't think I was counting the pink rows. I was counting no, I don't know what I was counting, because 10 centimeters is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I have no idea what I was counting. I need 16 rows per 10 centimeters. I need 60 centimeters. So 16 by 6. Get the calculator out because I can't make those mathings happen. 16 by 6. I need 96 more rows. Yeah, I can't even talk. Apparently I need 96 rows. That feels a lot. And I normally get around 6 to 8 rows done in a live stream, as long as, you know, I don't get sidetracked and nattering. And so I'm going to need to, maybe I'll do 5 rolls for the end of the stream to try and help boost that. And if I end up needing more, I will add the rolls. I'll roll them, and then I will add them into the description and let everyone know before the next live stream that I have actually added extra colors, because I really do want to get this finished. You remember how at the Queen, how we just powered through the last of it? That's what I'm hoping I get to do here. I'm hoping that we get to clear the slate with this, and then we can use the leftovers for something cute, like maybe a cushion or bolster or something, if there's many leftovers. I think I've got some white, because I originally bought white as well, because I was going to do the majority of the blanket in white. Yeah, maybe I was counting the color rows. It just seems like out, if that makes any sense. Like I thought I had 8 or 9. Oh no, maybe. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. If I'm like 8 or 9, and then it was 16 rows, which is 8 times 2. So maybe I was just counting the color rows. The border does contain the ends. It is an enclosed border, so I don't have to weave in those ends. I'll need to go through and sort of weave in any that happened throughout the blanket. I'm sure there's a couple, but there's not a ton. But you do need to tie all the ends off in paired knots, just for extra, just in cases. So yeah. We're nearly at the end of this row. We can jump back to the evil bright pink color. Oh, I didn't put the color up that I'm working on. I'm so out of practice, aren't I? There we go. I'm very out of practice with all this stuff. Crochet with Claire is in the house. Hello. How are you going, Claire? We are finishing off our Math Rocks blanket, which is your design. So yeah, with a few or different changes that I made. Glad to hear you are good. Let me just get this end one. These little teeny tiny snippers. Boom. Onto the pink. Now let me just move this red. We're not having another red, okay? Universe, that's 3 reds in a row. I would like something other than Parrot next time, pretty please, with Crispies. What was the favorite part of my trip away? It was actually meeting everybody I'm working with. A lot of my clients for the other YouTube stuff that I do, I've never met them. I've dealt with, like, I've jumped on video calls. I've, been in Zoom meetings. I've messaged with, but I've actually never met them. And so being able to actually meet them and sit and chat and laugh and have a good time, and have, we quite often I caught up with people to eat with, dinners and stuff like that. And that was a huge part of it for me. The actual, because I worked the conference, I didn't get to actually attend any of the talks. It was that was a big part of it as well. But yeah, it was just meeting all the people. It was wonderful. My hubby loves his mug rug in this design. I've got my little mug rug and I keep it on the arm of my chair. I've got a flat arm that I normally put my teacups and stuff on, and it really, really helped to keep it nicer. It's a beige couch. It was an interesting color to buy for our household of pets and what have you. It could use a shampoo. There we go. We are powering. But no, it was. I survived the flight. I wouldn't say I enjoyed the flights. I survived them. And they're long flights. It was, let me think, travel time over was 20 hours plus there was 3 hours in the airport, so 26 hours, I would say. No, 20 hours in total, because it was 15 hours in the air, then an hour and a half in the air, so it's 16 and a half hours plus, so 20 hours there, and then it was 23 hours back, because flying back takes longer. Building better relationships, I think so. I don't know, but I think so. And I got all my books signed. So I sent some messages to some people whose hardcover books I have. So Daryl Eves, Roberto Blake, and Brian G. Johnson. And I said, if I bring my books from Australia, can I organise a time to get you to sign these books? I understand you'll be busy and doing 11 billion things, but, is that a possibility? And all 3 of them said yes, and all 3 of them signed their books. Brian G. Johnson is hilarious because on the cover, he signed his on the cover of the book, and it says, I know him, and then points to the photo of Brian G. Johnson, which was hilarious. Is just an absolute character. And then the other thing was I also got to catch up with, like, other people who I've met before but not seen in a long time. So that was also really nice as well. So, and then just my YouTube friends. So not people I necessarily work with, but people I YouTube socialize with, people whose channels I watch. That was a bit cool. But yeah, it was an amazing event, and it was definitely worth going to if you're a YouTube creator and you can get to Vid Summit. Next year it'll be in Dallas, Texas in October, the first week of October. I think it's 7 to 9. I'd have to double check the dates. But if you can do it, you should totally do it. Yeah, definitely. Just an experience. You know what I mean? Like, YouTube creating is such a lonely path. You do it by yourself in your home. Not usually. I mean, most YouTube creators don't have live streams where we get to talk to you directly throughout the week, and I think they're missing out, honestly. But even then, I can't hear your voices back, you know, which is why we did start the channel members only video calls that we have in Discord, was so that I could hear your voices back and you guys get to talk to each other, and you know, that's one of the reasons. But yeah, it's but being able to like sit and talk and chat and it was amazing. It was so good. Get really good at talking to yourself. Yeah, you do. Oh my gosh. I mean, I was pretty solid at talking to myself before. Now I'm like next level. Now I'm next level. Goodness me. Oh, we've moved off Parrot and we're on to the Flamingo. And I just need to just jump in here to make sure. Pet Bun sending me messages. Good job, Pet Bun. They're like, spend $11 billion and you'll get 5 cents. No, it's not that bad. They actually have some good deals sometimes. That's where we get a lot of our pet food from for our Doge. And I think it's one of the kitty cats. Some of our pets are on prescription food. So how are you guys going with your projects? Are they going powering along? We don't have any music today. There's no music because it's not a productivity stream. Louis was pretty damn excited when I got back. Yeah, that is definitely true. That is true. The cats, I don't think they noticed I left. They're like, yeah, whatever's human, feed us. That's all right. It was great to have you jump in, Sam. So good to see you. Have a great day. Time zones are like that. It's all good. Bought a dog toy for my toddler one time. Now I get Pet Bun texts. Hey, well, you might find another good toddler. The Game Widows has got her late note out. Good job, Game Widows. Good to see you. Bianca says I was much further along yesterday. Did you have to frog something back? Oh, no. Game Widow's hiding at her dad's. Okay. Like, are you at your dad's but you're hiding there? Or are you hiding from people from home by being at your dad's? Oh, Bianca, I'm so sorry. It's frustrating when we have to frog. Good toddler. Yeah, sit down. Good toddler. Oh, our dad's hiding from being assigned a job. Yeah, I get that. Francis says, late shift here. Good to see you, Francis. Good to see you. We are working on the Math Rocks blanket. We have rolled 2 parrots. And there was a parrot was the last one we rolled. Or at least the last row I completed. Whether it was the last one I rolled, I couldn't tell you. But it was the last row I completed. So we've now had 3 parrots in a row. We're creeping up to the end of this round or row. So we've got to cross our fingers that we don't have our first 4 in a row together. You don't want to do any more sorting of your mum's craft room. I get that. Oh, that coffee is finished. We'll be moving on to the tea. Sorry, missed your R. One, two, three, four. Oh, good. You know when you're looking at it and you're like, is that right? That doesn't look right. But then you count it, you're like, nope, that's right. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Francis says that sounds like her life at the moment, cleaning out an in-laws unit. Oh no, mother-in-law was a patchworker and a generally crafty person. And they're like, you know crafts, you should do this for him. Bianca says that she's the only one in her family that crafts. My mum does different craft. She's a colorina. She likes to color in and glitter gel and that sort of stuff. She's not so much a yarn crafter. I think she'd like to be, but she can't because her hands don't like her. So I keep her supplied with hand knitted and hand crocheted things. Oops, nearly did the wrong thing. We kept anything good, but most of it went to the Sewing Basket charity. Yeah, there's a place around here called the Sewing Lair that will take a lot of craft stuff. I've got some stuff that I would like to get down to them. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to just close out the online store and have a look at what I've got and just see if any Chow Goose stockists want it. And if they don't, I'm going to have to find somewhere for it to go. So somewhere like that would probably be good where you just donate it. Car crafter. What's a car crafter? I don't know what that is. Claire says, yeah, I recently helped a friend clean out her mum's craft room. It took 7 people all day to sort it ready for a garage sale. Got so much thrown out and donated too. Yeah, there's some things you can't donate, right? Like, as in, you should sell spinning wheels and things like that, or find your local guild or someone that, oh, he loves to tinker with cars. I get it. My mum's partner is a tinker at Fairy, and he likes to tinker with everything. So, yeah. But crafter in that he collects all the tools and the parts. Yeah. My mum's partner does that. I think that comes with the territory of the car crafter. They're like, these will be good. This bolt will be good. They should keep these bolts. And it's like even if something's going to the tip, he'll pull out, if it's got decent bolts or anything like that, he'll pull out all the bolts and screws. My brother is getting one of the sewing machines. Some fabric is going to friends, and more is going to a friend's quilting for others group. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think if there's an exceptional amount of fabric, those quilting for other people things is really good. I don't know what I've done there. They've definitely janked that up. I put too many to just jimmy it. And then there's a 4 and the 1 extra for the spare. I mean, technically, I could go back and fix that, but you know what? I'm going to. So I need to pull that row back to there. I have to. I can't leave it. You guys know it. The second I saw it, I realized I should have just fixed it then and there. That one goes back to there. Luckily, it's only a few rows back and it's at the ends of the row. If it wasn't at the end of the row, I'd be less inclined. But it's just right there. Look, all I've got to do is just fix that one up and then go back in. And 4, and then our spare one on the end. Oops. Get a slightly longer tail. Then go back in with the red one, the parrot. Fix that one up. Now that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches there instead of the 5, and then back to what that was. There we go. And then that's done. And then do this row back again. This is one of the things I absolutely love about the mosaic crochet is, oops, screwed that up. Especially if you just make a little janky on an end, you don't have to pull all of it back. You just pull back however many rows sit above it, just to that point. Obviously, if you make a big mistake, that's going to be an issue, or if it's heaps further back. But if it's just sort of towards the end, you can just sort of go back and just fix it without too much fanfare. I need to wiggle on this chair in a second. Get to the end of the row. Oops. There we go. Alrighty. It is dice roll time. It's dice roll time. Roll the dice to choose the next colour. Alrighty, let's see what we've got. Yeah, definitely has its perks working on one side. Absolutely. Alrighty. Vampire wants 6. Kelly wants green 6. Alrighty. Knitspin Girls wants purple. Shocked. I'm shocked. It's 4. It is Galah. It's it's the closest to the pinks and the reds that I could possibly get. That's hilarious. All right. It is different. However, it is a different color. Oh my gosh. Run across. Yeah, we had 3 rows of red. That's right. Random is as random. It's the second time we've had 3 rows, and both times it's been red. So that's right. At least it's not Parrot again. It's not Parrot is the important thing. Yep, definitely. Definitely not Parrot again. Alrighty, so I've got to think about it. If I need 96 rows to the end, and we've basically done, I think, what are we up to now? So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. So we definitely get to at least 6 during the live stream. I think we're going to need, I think my plan to have this done by the end of October, and it being a full single bed size blanket. I don't know if both of those things can happen. See you later, Melissa. Have a good day. So, yeah. So let me just calculate. 96 divided 2 is 48. So I need like, because I'll need a couple of, like, I'll need some time to work on the border as well. That's the thing. The border will take some time too. I suppose it comes down to, should we complete the border or finish a border on stream? Because, sorry, complete the border or start a border on stream, I should say, not complete or finish. They mean the same thing. So I think that's what it's going to boil down to, is which way do we go? Because, yeah. Am I going to roll for border colors too? Well, I'm going to have a look at how much pink I have left over. And what colors I've got left over. So I probably won't roll for border colors. So the Jethro is all right. The Jethro is just being put aside while I get this one done. I should just wash it and block the squares so they're ready to go the second I'm ready to start joining the knitting. I've done all the crochet. I've joined all the crochet squares. Now I just need to join those 3 panels together, and then I start the knitting. But I've put it aside just to get this done. Also, there'll be parts of the Jethro I won't do on camera. So I will probably at least get the joining of this different sections done off camera, because I think the rest of it's just round and round and round. But yeah, I don't think I will be, I don't think I'll be rolling for colors in the border. I'll kind of just be using what colors I have. I would ideally like to do the border single crochet in the Duckling in the bright yellow, if I can. I think that would pop really nicely. Spin Girl says, I replaced the bulb in my craft room. Thank you. Can see it from space. That's hilarious. Francis, I recently replaced the bulb in my craft light room and only one random bulb in the cupboard. It's so bright. I need to buy a weaker bulb. Oh, that's kind of funny. Yeah, look, I'm a bit of a fan of the smart bulbs as well, Talia. You know, when they work, like, sometimes they're a bit painful, but and I've got one. I mean, all of these lights are technically smart lights. I can control them, and these ones are now RGB lights. But my room light is actually a smart light. But sometimes it's just a bit painful, so I do just turn it off and on at the wall like a normal human. But my outside patio lights are actually smart lights as well. So we actually haven't done it, but we should be able to turn them off using voice commands. But we normally do just turn them off and on. And that's really funny is I forgot they were smart bulbs. I wonder if I've even set them up. Maybe I haven't set them up yet. Because I totally forgot they were smart bulbs and we've had to get out of bed to go and turn them off or on because we forgot. So it's just like, man, I should totally do that. Yeah, I like that you can change the brightness and you can change the warmth as well. So that makes a big difference. So when we set off our party lights, oops, that's not what I wanted. I want Twitter. When we set off our party lights, when someone's given coffee for my chair fund, these two lights that are in front of me now have just been changed out and they're full RGB and I'm actually able to control them from my Stream Deck, from my phone and from an app on the computer. So that makes it super fun. In saying that, the Stream Deck and the phone and the app on the computer don't actually talk to each other, which is stupid. So that means I've got to look into it, but I have a feeling that I may be able to make it happen so that if you guys did something like a super chat or something like that, that maybe the lights could change. I know I can do it with these little lights behind me, but they're not very bright or very big and they're not right in my face. So sometimes I miss when stuff happens with them. But yeah. So I think I can set up an if this then that for these lights, but sometimes those if this and that's can take a little bit of time to happen as well. I mean, I'd like to set up an if this and that, then so if somebody gives me a coffee, that the lights instantly party so that even if I miss the notifications, the party lights start. That would be pretty cool. But I'm not sure. I'll have to check if this and that, if they can control newer bulbs or newer lights. Tali says, I'd love a dimmer light in the lounge room, bright enough to craft, dark enough to watch a movie. Yeah, we tend to have, I've got my crafting lamp. So we have the room light off, the big lights. I'm not a big fan of the big lights. I'm one of those people that have to be warned if someone's about to turn a big light on. So I like the big light off, and then we've got like a soft warm lamp over on near the other couch, and then I've got like a daylight lamp over my couch that I can control the brightness and the settings on. So just from where I'm sitting. But yeah, being able to control the light around us is one of the great things about being humans. You know, we don't have to, sleep because it's dark. And we don't have to, not be able to do something we want to do because of it's the lights aren't the right color. Francis says, I just use a little work lamp over my chair so the rest of the room isn't over bright. Yeah, that's what I do. I find it be super helpful. It's just a little lamp. I don't know how to describe it. No lamps here. They'd be put into lines around the house. What do you mean? They'd be put into lines. You mean somebody would actually pick them up and move them? And then one more in there. Okay, all right, I get it. Alrighty, snippety snips. We have done the Galah. We are on to the Flamingo. Oh, we have to turn Galah off first. then Flamingo. All right. Back to Flamingo. I need a drink. My getting parched. Oh, you mean Mr. Three would move them around? Yep. Yeah, Alexa is good for it. I don't have Alexa. I have the G one. So it does make things a bit trickier in that whole automations thing. It just depends on, you know, if the light app and the I don't know what I did. That was weird. Let's try again. Alrighty. We're doing this one, the 4 first. Yeah, no, it's interesting how different apps will work together and others won't and stuff like that. So, like I do have it so that when I get a coffee, I'm supposed to have a little pop-up appear on this screen. So I can see and it should show for you guys where the main flamingo is, but I know that on this layer thing, there's a layer over it somewhere and I can't for the life of me work out how to, you know, short of moving other layers, like unlock that. And then let me have a look here. Oh, wait. It's not in the current scene. Oh, it's in showing all scenes. So it should show in all the scenes. But yeah, I don't know if it's behind or above or what. I'd have to mess around with stuff. I really probably should if I'm going to utilize it. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's keep going and not get sidetracked by fixing something that a little alert on my phone is. If I give my phone a little jiggle, it tells me. So because I don't want to miss any to celebrate. He lines everything up like anything else not nailed down. I like that. I mean, I can imagine it would be frustrating, but yeah. But you also know that's exactly what's going to happen. And in we go. We are powering through the next row. I don't even know if I can buy more of these colors from Source of Fiber. Does anyone know? Are these colors even available anymore? That's the downside of not getting a project finished in a timely manner, is that sometimes the yarn becomes discontinued and your size of your project will have to be adjusted accordingly. So while I would like to have a pink border, I don't think I will. Oh, she's out of stock of the Dirty DK entirely. Okay. Right. Do you know if it's just an out of stock thing or if she's not planning on bringing it back or I don't know. But it's made such a beautiful blanket, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a million rounds between now and the next stream if I want, because I want to have it all finished. Let me look at a calendar. How many Thursdays streams have we got? That probably should have been something I did first. So calendar, not calculator, calendar. The month of October, 1, 2, 3. There's actually 5 Thursdays. So I'm here like freaking out thinking I don't know if I'm going to get it done in 4. I don't need to. I got 5. Okay. And Halloween happens to fall on a live stream day this year as well, FYI. That's very cool. Oh, she's changed who she gets the yarns through, so she may not be able to get that one anymore. Okay, all right. That's disappointing, but understandable. Francis's birthday tomorrow, everybody. Happy birthday for tomorrow, Francis. I hope you have a fantastic day and that you've got something fun planned. Alrighty. About halfway through this row. Yeah, I hope there's cake involved too. Coffee with friends in the morning and then dinner out with family and friends in the evening. That sounds wonderful. That sounds like an awesome birthday. I'll have to probably bake my own. I'm the baker in the family. Oh, that's funny. I would say Abby's become the cake person in our family. I used to be the baker, but now she is taking over the birthday cakes, and I'm okay with that. And sometimes we share it. So I also like that too. Been saying that there's a local cheesecake shop that I really like. So if no one wants to bake me a birthday cake, I'm okay with it because I would really like that cheesecake. I got a birthday cupcake this year. I didn't get cake though, I don't think. Did I get cake? Is it bad that I don't remember? I don't know. Yeah, I think I did. I mean, it was a nice cupcake, but I think I just got a cupcake. And I think that's why it's not memorable. Well, I'm glad that Francis is getting cake. Oh, I think you should make yourself your baked raspberry cheesecake. Absolutely. Yeah, it was because Abs was away. That's right. Yeah. I should have just done what Francis is going to do. I should have just made my own so I knew I had one. But I also didn't want to make one just in case something else was happening. But I should have known better. But I didn't. Baked raspberry cheesecake. That sounds amazing. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Are you going to take that to Spinners? Are you taking the baked raspberry cheesecake to Spinners on Saturday? Or are you going to do something else? So are you going to have a cake for Friday night with your friends as well? I don't know. It's all very exciting, and I'm living vicariously through your cakiness. It does sound delicious. It really does. My mouth's like, yes. Oh, I remember what it was. It wasn't just a key. It wasn't just the cupcake. Because I'm thinking, no, I was convinced that he thought he'd sorted it. He'd bought a thing of tiramisu. It was was it tiramisu? But it was something coffee-ish. It wasn't like a cake as such. It was a dessert, but he got that as well. So yeah, but it wasn't a cake. There were no candles. Yeah, I think we all feel like cheesecake now. So I think Francis needs to make enough birthday cheesecake to send to all of us. Happy birthday, Francis. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I'm like, I definitely don't have the ingredients for cheesecake here. Oh, I think she has declined. There's nothing quite like a beautifully baked cheesecake, I think. You guys are awesome. Oh, you can share the recipe? Oh, that would be amazing. Please, if you wouldn't mind. Then we could all make our own Francis cheesecakes for Francis's birthday. Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of the baked cheesecakes. Like, I won't say no to a piece of continental cheesecake, but I won't make a continental cheesecake. Does that make sense? Oh, I used to make fruit flans. Um, yeah. I haven't made one in a long time though. It used to be my go-to thing at dinner parties. I'd bring enough individual fruit fans for everybody. Emma says that the continental's her only option. Yeah, because I think the baked have eggs, right? So that would rule it out for you. I think the important part of Francis's is the raspberries. So I think you could make your continental with a raspberry coulis to get that raspberry flavor going. Bianca says, I don't bake myself, or at least extremely rarely. I try not to get baked. Leanne's Bianca. Yep. I don't do as much baking as I used to. Oh, a cherry continental cheesecake. I love cherries and stuff. That sounds like a win. I would say cherries and raspberries are probably my two favorites. Not that I won't have mango and lime and all the others, but I think cherry and raspberry would be my two favorites. I had to go down to the chemist after the live today. I may now have to pop into the bakery as well. Hopefully that bakery does a good cheesecake slice. Seriously. Oops. I thought I was closer to the edge than I was. I got one more repeat of 4 first. And then I will do, I'm going to say 5 rolls to get me a few more rows sorted for next week. So my goal, my homework for this live stream is to get those rolls done. So let's have a look here. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, did we not have 4 dice? All right. Okay, so we're gonna do 5 more rolls. So we're gonna use this one that we haven't used yet. So let me get rid of the Flamingo. So we're gonna go dice roll time.
It's dice roll time. Roll the dice. Choose the next color.
So I don't lose it. Dice roll time. Where is the notes for this one? There we go. Alrighty. Alrighty. So we're going to do. Are we ready? Oh, I need to clear that. There we go. We've got an 8. Oh. So we have to vote. Quickly vote in the chat. Just do a quick, give me your number in the chat. And I will work out which is the most. Everyone just vote once, please. Honesty time. A 5. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. So we've got an 8, a 5, a 6. I should wait for the vote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6s. 1, 2 7s. All right, so we're going to make the 8 a 6 as well. Okay, so the 8, the 6. Okay. So we've got a 6, a 5, a 6. That's 3. Another 6. Oh, that's so funny. And then a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might do one more for good measure. Another 6. All right, we got some green coming. We got a nice big green patch. How much green do I have? I got tons of green. Alrighty, so we're going to do a 6, a 5, a 6, a 6, a 2, and a 6. All right, they're going to be our colors going forward. So I'll make sure I get those. So we had today's live stream. So done was a 5, and a 4. 5, and 4. Alrighty. Oh my goodness, where's the purple? Wow, not in this section. I mean, we've got a couple of purples that were just here in this section before. So we've now got a reddy pink section. We're moving on to a greeny yellowy section. Oh my gosh. All right. So yeah, so we're going to have some fun. We're going to, oh my goodness, let me go back to the main camera here. It's going to be some fun. We're going to get some good colors going. We're going to get some green in there. We all wanted a bit of green, right? It's totally going to be. All right. So, thank you, Kelly, for adding that in as well. And I'll add that into the comments area later. But yeah, we'll get that done this week. And then next week we'll move in. And if I've got more time, I'll try and add in some extra rows. I'll roll some more and add those in. But I think that should be a good amount to go ahead with to get done. especially considering now we actually have 5 Thursdays in October, not 4. So I've got a little bit of extra time. I definitely want to save one of those for a border. So whether or not it's completing a border or starting a border, I'm not sure. Probably I'll probably sit down and do all the single crocheting off camera because that's just painful. Not singles, all the slip stitching because that's just a bit painful. But I will see you all here next week. Massive, huge thank yous to those of you that are channel members that come in every week. And then that special thank you to those of you that added coffees to my my chair fund. I really appreciate you very, very much. I will see you all next week. Be good now. Bye.